Okay, very good morning to all. Let us start next bit related to forecasting. So let us have a revision what we have discussed yesterday in this particular related to this forecasting. So we have discussed the method regression, and we have solved 2-3 different numericals based on this method regression. And now today we will discuss about the time series analysis. For this method also we have discussed yesterday the basic approach. So what is this time study method? Okay, so here now this time series refers to the past data arranged in a chronological order. So we have discussed that whatever the data in the previous years available, I am saying past data means let us assume that it is in previous years available arranged in a chronological order, that is considered. Here the time and demand, these are the factors, and whatever the all factors that are having effect on the demand, that all are grouped in one factor, and the effect of all that all is considered is only one factor, and that is nothing but time. So here you can say this time versus demand. So the time series analysis consists of determining the trend underlying the demand and extrapolate the further trend. So here in this time series analysis, the trend is determined, and the statistical method is used to determine the trend. So then further we have started about what is trend. Well, there are 4 components of this time series. So this trend and cyclic fluctuations we have discussed. So once again I will repeat this trend. So it is a long period tendency of the data, either it will increase or it will decrease. So the long period tendency of the data, I have given some examples related to this trend, so that we are saying in our general language that the trend is decreasing, or in the trend of that particular is increasing, or in our rural or you can say Marathi language also we can say आता ह्या गाडीचा ट्रेंड चाललेला आहे किंवा ती कार फॉर्म मध्ये आहे, सध्या त्या कारचा ट्रेंड आहे. व्हॉट दिस इंडिकेट्स, इट इज हॅव्हिंग द सिग्निफिकंट डिमांड ओव्हर लास्ट 1 or 2 years. You have to wait for that bike, you have to wait for that car. So this is nothing but the trend, that continuous increasing demand for that particular vehicle, let it be bike, let it be car, or let it be your any consumable product that you are demanding, but no, you are not getting it. So you can mean say this is one of the example. So this is a long period tendency. It is not just for 1 day or 2 day. The trend, it is long period. So it may be for 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, or from the establishment of that particular firm, or from the launch of that particular product. So it depends. So this is nothing but a secular trend. This is it is the long run historical component of time series, which indicates overall growth or decline of the business over time. So it is the long run historical component from the establishment or from the launch of that particular product or component. It indicates overall growth where there is a continuous growth. If no growth, where there is a continuous decline. So this indicates, this is nothing but the trend. In this figure, friends, you can refer here. So you can refer here, this is the trend. So here you can say this is the y factor demand, and here this is long time period and versus time. Here the straight line is plotted, it is nothing but the trend, and this line may be like this decline stage. So it may be a downside decrease, it may be this upward inclination. So overall growth of that particular product. So this is nothing but the trend or secular trend. Let us proceed further, friends. So cyclical fluctuation, this also we have discussed somewhat yesterday. So these are the oscillating patterns of increase or decrease around the trend. So you see here trend line is constant. So I will say that this is my one trend line. Okay, and now you can say the oscillating pattern. So I will say these are the oscillating patterns. I have same now exactly same shown. The cyclical fluctuation account the sum of the variance between the trend line and data point. So this is your trend line, and you can see here this variance means here you can see, then here you can see some of the points that are away from this particular line, and these are the sum of the variations. And again the magnitude time. So yesterday I have shown you another curve. So you assume this is the one of the component, and the same thing you can see like this. So here you can say the magnitude and timing of the pattern is different. So here you can say here is the magnitude is much more, where it is a more difference from the trend line. Here it is very less. So this point you can call it as much more magnitude or the deviation. Here it is very less deviation. So this is the about this cyclical fluctuations. So these fluctuations, the magnitude and timing and pattern of cyclic fluctuations vary so widely. So I have shown you two examples. And in the second example, we have discussed that the magnitude and timing and pattern of these fluctuations vary, and the awareness of the effect of cyclic variation should influence the forecaster. For example, I am the forecaster. I am forecasting the demand for any product, maybe for next year. Then I have to take in account the cyclic fluctuations that may cause with the trend line, and accordingly I have to forecast the demand. Otherwise it will have a significant effect if these cyclic fluctuations are not taken in account. So these two things, these 2 pointers we have discussed. Let us proceed further, friends. Component number 3 and component number 4. So component number 3 is seasonal variation. Component number 4 is irregular variations. So let us start with component number 3, that is seasonal variations. So these seasonal variations occur with some degree of regularity in a span of 1 year and annually repetitive. This is very important. So the seasonal variations occur some degree regularity, means they are quite regular and in span of 1 year and annually repetitive. Annually repetitive means for this year, if this variation occurs in the month of November, again next year, that in the month of October, November, that variation will occur. Again next to next year, October, November, that variation will occur. So these are annually repetitive. Therefore, the name itself indicates that it is a seasonal variation. So you can, I will highlight this seasonal. The name only indicate it is seasonal. The variations are caused by climatic conditions, social customs, festivals. So again, we can take different examples for this particular point. So you can take here this climatic condition. So this is your line. Okay. So this is my trend line. So if I consider due to this climatic condition, so if I will say this is the period for January, February, March, April, and May. So I can say this fluctuations, it will go up to directly high, and it will high for some time, and again it will down, and it will low for some time. So this fluctuation I can say as the one of the highest contribution of fluctuation of the climatic effect. If I will take the example of raincoat, if I will take the example of umbrellas. So this is, you can say, the effect of this one of these climatic conditions. So as per the climate changes, and in many of the areas, again particularly not in our area, we are our means rural background, and the many of the people are having the ability to cope up with the environment. But if you refer to cities or metro cities, you will find that many of the people are using the umbrella for protecting their in the sunlight also in the month of summer. So if it is they are using the umbrellas, again you will find that in that particular area or in that particular region, that the sale of umbrella is increased in April, May also. Some more increase is observed in the from July, August, September, and then further decline from you can say November up to April. Very less variation is observed. So this is the seasonal variation due to this climatic conditions, due to this change of the climate. Again, you can take the second example of this climatics, that purchase of caps in summer, then purchase of this winter related warm clothes in case of winter, that particular 4 months. Or you can say the combination that jacket can be used for winter purpose as well as for rainy season. So again you will find it particular in that July, August to December. So friends, this is the climatic condition variation. So whatever the trend line is there, whatever the trend line is standard, but as per the season changes, there is a decline. So you say that up to from May it is increasing, June it is high, and again it is decreasing. And from December to next June, very less sale, no sale, or some of the people are taking it as the prices are not going high. And again in the next year, again the same trend will observe. So this is long term, but very important point is here that regularity in a span of 1 year. So whenever we will consider it as a span, in the span of 1 year, there is a regular changes due are affecting and annually repetitive. They are repetitive. Then social customs and festivals. Let us take the example of you can say this time of election period, or any campaign declared by government related to that. So again you take as per as this, so it may be a period of 5 years, it may be a period of 4 years or something like that. So if you go for analysis of these banners and hoardings and the different t-shirts printing, etc., etc., so rest of the 4.5 years very less demand, and in the demand increases. So this is social customs related to this, and festivals. Festivals we will take some another example. So whenever that particular election period, let it be from your means where you can say gram panchayat level, tehsil level, up to this MP level also. So again you will find a change in the demand. This just we are taking examples. And then festival. So let us take example of you take Ramjan. So every year Ramjan is there. So in that particular occasion of that Ramjan Eid, again you will observe the purchase of clothes and purchase of food items. Purchase of clothes is that particular end, and the purchase of different types of food items, sweets, etc., in that particular 1 month continuously. Again you take the example of Christmas. So in India, again, it is very at maybe 10-15% or 20% that for celebration purpose. But if you visit to abroad, any other countries, then they are celebrating Christmas as the largest festival. So from 25th to 30th, whatever the days in month of December, so whatever the toys and whatever the gifts and related things, the maximum sale they will observe, the peak point they will observe in the month of December. It start increasing November, and it will decline. It will go up to January also. So here you can call it as the effect of the festivals. That particular this is seasonal variation. Again, a lot of times I have given you the example of we can say the festivals like Diwali. Then here Diwali, I will not come to direct means you can take the generalized example. So here before we have discussed about the sale of bikes, sale of cars. You will observe this increase from 15 days or 1 month before Dashera, and it will continue up to after Diwali. So whatever a very high peak will be observed in particular this month, or this particular 1 month or 1.5 months. Again in the month of April near Padwa you can take again, and then again this selling of the clothes. So selling of the clothes, again very good impact or high it is observed in the month of from Dasara to Diwali, then from Ramjan, and again in the month of December, or again many of the time it is observed that pre-Diwali and pre you can say Dasara, the many of the firms are offering a we can say mega sale. Let it be online, let it be offline, or they are giving the name as stock clearing sale, etc. Due to COVID, a very less sale is there, and this is stock clearing sale. This is the marketing strategy, and you will observe the good sale. So some of the times, by taking the advantage of the seasonal variations, again the companies are coming with the good schemes. So I think these examples are sufficient as well as this climatic conditions, social customs, and very one important thing is that they are repetitive in that particular year. Every year the sale will high, let it be for umbrellas, let it be for clothes, in the different seasons, and the festivals like Ramjan, like Diwali, then like you can say Christmas, they will have the significant impact on these particular days. So these are the festivals. So this is the effect of seasonal variation. This is also required to be taken into account in order to have a closer forecast, or we can say near about accurate forecast. Okay, let us go to the last type, irregular variations. So this is the last type, you can say irregular variation. This occurs without any fixed pattern. The name only indicates irregular. So without any fixed pattern, no any fixed pattern is there for this type of variation. These are the chance variations that are not explained by trend, cyclic, or seasonal. You cannot predict these variations with the trend that this is the trend, after every 5 years this will happen. No, these are not cyclic, after this much time and this much month this will happen. No, then these are also not seasonal, that every year in Diwali this will happen, every year in Dasara or Ramjan this will happen. No, they are not seasonal also. So these are what type of these are the natural calamities. Then one word is more than sufficient. नैसर्गिक आपत्ती ज्या ज्या वेळी येतात त्यावेळेला जे काही चेंजेस होतात ते सगळे इरेग्युलर व्हेरिएशन्स मध्ये येतात. लाईक फ्लड, okay, then drought, then earthquake. And now I will add here one more, that one example is more than sufficient as far as this irregular variation is concerned, and you can take that example as corona pandemic. So I will say just a pandemic, so it is not in anybody's hand, and it will have a very significant impact from day to day life up to the economy of that particular country and the stock market and everything. You check Sensex, Nifty, from that daily, that vegetables we are using up to the stock market. The pandemic has affected very significantly on all these aspects, and no one has any idea about these irregular variations. Okay, so this is the trend line. So the irregular variations maybe have in different forms. So you can say this is, I will say this is one trend line. And the irregular variations, you can say there are no variations for this particular time. Okay, so let us take example of mask. So whatever the standard term is going on, like this, some variations are there. And as the corona pandemic declared, the demand for mask is raised up to like this, and it will continue further. And again, one time is there that a lot of masks are available and the demand is now less and the masks are more. So you cannot predict this. For your understanding purpose, I have shown this much. This for this taking this much height. This is just for your understanding purpose. So this you can take, this one example is more than sufficient, that whatever the shortage of mask. Again, mask you can mean some of the people at that time they have gone for the stitched mark, local market, etc. But the more affected area, rather than mask, or I can say the most affected or very less shortage was there as far as the sanitization and other materials are concerned. Then again, at that time some additional charges may be there. So whatever the trend line is there, that this is the sale of that. So whatever the demand is there, that demand suddenly increases up to this very high level. And for this particular 2-3 months, it is not that much easy to have it. It is, and then again after fabric means continuous production of this, then it will arrive at the trend line and further continues. So whatever this is the effect of this corona pandemic. So you can say this sudden rise in the demand of that particular mask, sudden rise in the demand of that sanitizers. Again, you can take the medical these, then face shield, then that separate PPE kits required for it. So no, means whatever the PPE kits required, okay, whatever for operation purpose or some other purpose, it is there. But in what amount that PPE kits required at that particular, no one has predicted at all that this may required. So irregular variations. So these are the natural calamities. And In order to cope up with that, so whatever variation occur in demand, so you take the example of flood. So after flood, a very means you can say significant effect as far as the human life, the economic, everything is concerned. And again, the demand for certain things may be complete down, because and demand for certain things may be complete high, because the basic things are required at that time rather than the additional things. Then you can take the example of earthquake. Take any example of earthquake. So again, in that particular case, whatever your standard demand is there, it will completely collapse because the people will not give preference to whatever the standard demand. And for certain items, sorry, that demand may be go up to peak or high. So the same case that is happened in the pandemic also. Whatever the standard demand is there, that use of we can say different things, then clothing, then hotels, food, malls, etc., etc. So whatever the basic things are there, initially first 2 months, month of April, month of May, and month of June, that no any hotel and nothing means complete government has prohibited to general people to taking round also at outside. Only the warriors we are calling, they are only allowed to go to their duties. So here you can say what is the standard demand as per as that hoteling items, what is the standard demand as per as that we can say the clothes and the mobile shopping and other things, etc., etc., etc. So what are the standard demand predicted by that particular companies or forecaster completely happen. Here I have given you other side that the demand for whatever the things required for corona pandemic suddenly increases, and the standard demand required for these products, a complete 2 months lockdown, you can say the decrease means zero. Government is not allowing in the first few days for home delivery or anything also. That unlock has started after 2-3 months later. So whatever the first 2 months, very important, complete stop. Nothing is allowed. So here you can say the effect of these irregular variations or situations on the demand. So we have discussed, friends, these are the 4 major components of demand, and let us proceed further. So these are the 4 components. Now in one slide we will discuss. So this is my standard trend line. Standard trend line, secular trend, that this is the trend. Trend means it is the long-term history of that component over which will predict the growth or decline of that particular component for a certain time period or long time period, I can say. This is the trend. Then first we have discussed, that is cyclic variations. You can see here in detail we have discussed, these are the cyclic variations. Then further we have discussed about the seasonal variations, that the effect of season and how it is having how it is influencing the demand and how it is having the effect on the demand. And we have taken some examples for this like festivals, and we have also discussed that what is the effect of these climatic conditions on this particular case, like rainy season or winter season or summer, and what is the change in demand as far as the different seasons are concerned. And then last we have discussed about this the thing which we cannot predict at all. These are completely random in nature that we have discussed, that is irregular. So these are the 4 components of time series. These are the 4 components of time series. Let us proceed further. So the common expression used for time series is, the common expression used for time series forecast is y is equal to TCSR. Y is nothing but the forecasted value. Y is nothing but the forecasted value. And here T, very first we have discussed the secular trend. It is nothing but the trend which is telling the telling the growth or decline of that particular product over a longer period of time. Then cyclic variations we have discussed. Then seasonal variations, the effect of any we can say season or the festivals that we have discussed. These are repetitive in nature and approximately having giving the same magnitude or response. And last one we have discussed the irregular fluctuations. This is nothing but the effect of, we can say, the climatic conditions or the floods, drought, or we can say the earthquake, or near recent example that we can which is more analogous and which we all have experienced as far as this demand is concerned, is nothing but the corona pandemic. Friends, this is the real life example that we should be in a position to correlate all time. So what we are learning, they don't keep it to the theoretical level. So how we can correlate with our day-to-day life, it will be we can say more effective way of understanding the concept, and the concepts will also get better understood by this method. Okay, so let us proceed further. That is the same time series analysis. Now we will discuss some of the methods, and then we will go for solving the numerical by any one of the method. Okay, so very first quantitative forecasting method, medium and short term forecast. Medium and short term forecast based on mathematical data. So number one is time series models. Number one is time series models, that is the moving average method and exponential smoothing. Here moving average, there are two types, friends. So we will take one example, means examples or numericals based on these two methods, or in one numerical also we can solve these two methods depending upon what is data given. So we will start first with the time series moving average method. So let us understand, friends, what is this moving average method. The past data of a company can have fluctuations because of the seasonal variables and random variables, which we already discussed, that the whatever the historical data we are having, it may contain the fluctuations, and the fluctuations may be due to seasonal variables, may be due to random variables, or cyclic variations, whatever. So simple averaging of demand for previous period is going to hide the trend, and it is meaningless since trend is an important factor. So just taking average, so it will not give the meaningful result, just taking average. So the moving average consists of series of arithmetic mean calculated for overlapping groups of successive elements of time series. So what is in moving average? When we will take example, we will understand this concept clearly. If there are 10 we can say numbers, or 10 months are there, or let us take 12 months example from January to December, and if I have to forecast for next January, that I am having the forecast of January 21 to December 21, and I have to forecast for January 22. Then it is mentioned that you take only last 3 months or last 5 months. So this is very important. Last 3 months or last 5 months we have to take, and it will not take the complete year effect. And after that also, when that 3 or 5 months is taken, when I will take February, for calculating the January 22, if I am taking the example or taking the average of October, November, December 21, 3 months moving average, and I am calculating for January. If I will calculate for February, then I will take November, December, January. I will not take the reference of October. So this is the concept in moving average. So if you are taking the 3 months, so latest 3 months that you have to take. If you are taking the 5 months, whatever latest 5 months you have to take. So if you are proceeding further, the previous months you have to leave it. This is the important factor required to be considered in case of moving average. When we will solve numerical, again I will highlight this concept, so that while solving the numerical, you will get more clarity about this particular concept. Okay, this I have explained, this how it is overlapping groups are there. Moving average is a simple statistical method to extrapolate and establish the trend of past data. Okay, further continued for moving average. The method uses the past data and calculate the rolling average for a constant period. I have just given you the example that if I am predicting, now this month is going on November. If I want to predict the demand based on last 3 months, then last three I will take October, I will go previous September, I will go previous August, September, October. I will take the for November. If I will predict in December, then I will take September, October, November. I will not take August if I am taking only 3 months. This is the rolling average for a constant period. Constant period, it is mentioned that 3 months. Therefore, I am taking this. If you go for 5 months, again you can take the 5 months period also. At each period, fresh average is computed at the end of each period by adding the demand of most recent period and deleting the data of older period. Since the data is changing from period to period, this is called as moving average. I have given just example, same example I will repeat for more understanding. I am calculating the demand for November and I have to take 3 months. So what I will do, August, September, October, I will take and I will predict the demand for November 2021. Okay, if I want to take for December 2021, then the older period data is deleted, not taken in account. August data will not be considered, friends. So September, October, November. These 3 months data will be considered for calculating of December. If I want to calculate the demand for January, then I will take October, November, December. I will not take the data for that previous month. So September month. This is very important. That fresh average is taken for 3 months. Why three? I am taking just example of three. It is mean the numerical, it may be asked for 5 months, it may be asked for 3 months. That is immaterial. For your better understanding purpose, I am giving this type of examples. That 3 month example I am giving so that you will come to know that how this 3 months is taken. So this is the concept related to moving average method. Let us proceed. A simple moving average is calculated. So MA moving average, sum of the demand for periods divided by chosen number of periods. Sum of the demands for periods. For example, I am taking 3 months, then I will take demand for month of October, demand for month of November, demand for month of December, divided by how many periods I am taking? 3 months. So divided by 3. Okay, if I am taking for 5 months, then what I will do? I will do August, September, October, November, December. 5 months divided by 5. So in this way, I will calculate the demand for January. But if I consider 3 months divided by 3, if I consider 5 months divided by 5. And second thing, whatever the months I am considering, I have to go for addition of demand for that particular month. For example, demand for August, demand for September, plus demand for October, plus demand for November, plus demand for December divided by 5. This is 5 months I am considering for calculating the demand for January. If I am considering 3 month moving average, then what I will say? I will say that demand for October, demand for November, demand for December. Okay, this is first point. Then second point, if I am calculating for February, just to wait, I will give you example only here so that the points will get more clear. Just to wait. Okay. So whatever is mentioned here, demand, that I will take the example here. August, September, October, November. Okay, if I am having the demand in this month 100, 115, 117, 121. So if I am calculating the demand for December, okay, then demand for December, then what I will do, if I am taking 3 months, then I will take 115 plus 117 plus 121 divided by 3. So if you go by this method, you will get certain value. Let us take 115 plus 117 plus 121 divided by 3. Okay, it is 117.66. Avoid decimals, I will say 117. So why December, I will say 117. So you will write here December month demand is 117. Now if I am calculating for January, so why January? 3 months. So now here I have taken September, October, November. So now I will take October, November, December. So this is, now I am deleting the September month from history or for calculation purpose. So what I will do, I will take October 117 plus 121 plus 117 divided by 3. So answer immaterial. I am not taking this for answer purpose. So what it will be? So I am not taking, just try to understand the concept. $118.33. So I will say here 118. So friends, try to understand the concept that what is the difference? What is the difference made here? If I am consider the value for December, I have taken September, October, November, and when I am considering the value for January, I am taking November, October, November, December. The previous value I am not taking. This is only explained in this 1 by n and 1 by n, d1 plus d2 plus d3 and d2 plus d3 plus d4. So here d1 is considered. So from September, October, November it is considered, and here direct D2 is considered in next case. So in this case, second case, I have not considered September, I have considered October, November, December. This only I want to highlight. But for I feel that instead of taking the this particular D1, D2 formula, let us proceed for some example way so that you can understand it more clearly. Therefore, I have gone for this example type. Okay, so now I will clear it. So in this way, the moving average is calculated. The 3 months, friends, just I have taken example. If in the numerical it is mentioned that take 5 months, we have to take the 5 months data. If I am for understanding purpose and small numerical, it will become, I have taken the 3 months. Okay, let us proceed. This is the simple moving average method. Simple moving average method. The period n of moving average should be carefully selected. N, I have taken n as a 3. So carefully selected. A 3-month moving average has weightage of 1/3. A 5-month moving average has weightage of 1/5. So here 3 months average we have taken. So what is the weightage for each month? It will be I am going for 3 demands divided by 3. So it will be weightage of 33% for first month, 33 for second month, 33 for third month. Or if you will go in fraction, then it will be 0.33, 0.33, 0.33. If you will select 5 months, then I have to divide it by 5. And in this case, the weightage will be that month of August, September, October, November, December divided by 5. So weightage for each month will be 20%, or you can say 0.2, 0.2, 0.2, 0.2, and 0.2. The value of n depends upon the speed at which the pattern of demand changes. So here we are directly dividing. We are not highlighting that the 1/3 or 1/5. Here we are not going for any month. The demand is more, any month the demand is less. So multiply that month by more value. It is not the case in that moving average method. If the demand pattern is stable, then value of n can be selected. If the demand pattern, for example, 100, then 105, then 111, then 116, 121, 127. So approximately with some fractional error, we can say it is approximately constant. So in this case, you can take that n value as 5, n value as 7, and you can proceed further, friends. But if the pattern is not stable, the value of n definitely it will change, and we have to go for any other method. For example, the demand for month of October is 100. The demand for month of November is directly 135, and the month of December it is again 1110. So 100, 135, and 1110. In this case, the demand is not stable, the pattern is not stable. Here you have to give the higher weightage for month of November because it is 135, and here you have to give the lesser weightage for that October because the demand is 100. So what is required to be done in this particular case? So here centering of the moving average. So let us proceed further. A 3-period moving average is located against the second period. No, 1, 2, 3, second is the center. A 5-period, it will located at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It will located at the third, exactly center. So in general, we can say the n is the number of moving average, 5. So it is located at n plus 1. 5 plus 1, 6 divided by 2. You will get the answer 3. So in this way also you can calculate. If we are considering 3 months, the demand will be located at second, middle. If I will consider 5 months, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the demand will be located at third month. This is the centering of the moving average. Where is the center of that particular moving average? In the simple numerical, you have to just calculate for 3 months. If the data is much more large, then you have to go in the tabular format, and you have to go for this. First of all, calculate the total and then calculate the moving average for all the months. So here the centering is required, where I should write the moving average value. This is very important. Now next type is weighted moving average. So we will discuss this, and we will stop. The numericals we will take in next lecture. So weighted moving average. So here we have discussed that we will take 3 months, we will take 5 months, and it will be centered at n plus 1/2. And the weightage for all the months is same. If it is divided by 5, weightage for all months is 20% or 0.2. If it is divided by 3, weightage for all months is 0.33 or 33%. In simple moving average, the equal weightage is given to first month, second month, and third month. Let it be 0.33, let it be 0.2. Okay. But the organization want to attach more weightages to third month and least weightage to first month. I have given you example. That let us take once more time that example, that the demand for, let us take that October, November, December. So October month, the demand for bike was 155. November month, demand for bike is, or what we can say, whatever you take the last year example, the demand for bike was, let us say, 135, and in the December the demand is 111. So 155, 135, and 111. So if the organization want to give the different weightages, that the more demand is in the month of October, so let us give the weightage of October 50%, 0.5. Somewhat lesser demand in November, 135. Let us give the weightage of 0.3, and very less demand, that 111 in last month, December. So let us give the 0.2 to that particular month. So in this case, you will multiply 0.5 by, means 0.5 into 155 plus 135 into 0.3 plus 111 into 0.2. Here don't go by any dividation, because already that dividing factor we have converted into fraction. So this is the weighted moving average method. Here moving average is there, but in simple moving average, the constant weightage is given to all the months, all the demand. Here in weighted moving average, if organization wants to attach or to give more weightage to any more 1 month and less weightage to any 1 month depending upon the demand, then they can give, and the sum of these weights should be equal to 1. So ultimately it is the aim. If you are 5 months are considering, so whatever the fraction you are giving the weightage, the sum should be equal to 1. So friends, this is the concept. Now today we have discussed about this time series models. Very first we have discussed about the 4 components of time series, and then secular trend, cyclic variation, seasonal variation, irregular fluctuations, and then further we have discussed about moving average, simple moving average, what is the centering, and then we have discussed about the weighted moving average. Okay, so thank you.